I always love to compete with good things, not bad things, good things. You are loving, I am loving, but I compete that I should be more loving than you. So that was my, that was my aim. That in my marriage, right from the beginning, and with marriage, I will try my best to be more kind, more contributing to make the marriage happy.
Farid Ahmed's words of forgiveness were heard around the world following a terror attack in Christchurch, New Zealand.
I want a heart that will be full of love and will forgive lavishly.
His words and stories offer both healing and hope for the future.
If our heart is full of love, then peace will start from here.
Episode 42, Dreaming of Marriage.
That time I used to think that one day I'll get married. I used to think about it, but I was too shy. I never shared my thought with anyone. I was extremely shy. It took many years to overcome the shyness. So I used to think, in those days, usually my thought process was my internal thing. I used to think. And again, going back to my favorite giant banyan tree, that was my place for reflection. So I had few things in my mind. One, a happy marriage. So on one hand, I have seen happy marriage like mom and dad. Very happy. I had never seen them arguing even. Never. They knew one another very well and they could complement. If one was little bit stressed with something, I saw another one was comforting. Or if for some reason, if my father was angry with us, with children, we saw that our mother was very cool. She was trying to cool him down. So they used to work as a nice team. So that was a positive thing I used to look forward in my marriage. But at the same time, I have seen many unhappy marriage in our village, our neighboring villages. Because if anything goes wrong in any family, the villagers, they used to talk like fish. So you could hear everything. So we used to, hear about bad marriages. So my first and foremost dream was that I wanted a happy marriage because I was too sensitive to be hurt. I didn't like to see when other people's broken hearts. And for myself, I was probably not able to go through daily argument with wife and unhappiness. So my dream was for a happy marriage. The second dream was that I dreamed that I would marry with my own money. In our culture, marriage is very costly, which is actually not the teaching of Islam religion that I learned. But in practice, most of our people in our society, they do not follow the Islamic teaching in marriage in most cases. That's why cultural complicacy, lots of money, huge cost, and it become a huge burden on parents.
When you say huge cost, Can you give a comparison? Would that be half a year's wages, or what kind of cost would?
Oh, not half a year. It could be huge. It could be huge. So if you compare with New Zealand dollars, so over there, it would be in their currency. A normal marriage could cost $500,000. Yeah. So it's very, very expensive. So my parents, they were not too rich, not too poor. And one day I was in year 7 only. So one day, I was listening. My mom was talking to some other aunties they visited. So they were sitting in the veranda, and my mom was saying that, we have 6 children, and for their marriage, because parents are responsible, for their marriage, we will require lots of money. I heard that because I was, doing something in the nearest room, and I heard that, and I was so young, according to my culture, to think about that. But I came and I said to my mother in front of other aunties, Mom, why are you thinking about me? Because my dream is that when I will get married, I will not use 1 cent from my parents. Everyone was shocked. So young, and you are thinking about your marriage and your independence. How could you think that? I said, no, this is what I am determined about. One day I'll get married and I will not use 1 cent from you. I do not want my marriage to be a burden on you. So that was my second dream. And it came true. All my dreams came true. The third dream I had, that I would not stay with other family members with my wife. Because I have seen some families, big families, and brothers, they're getting married, and their wives. So 3, 4 families living in one place, and so much misunderstandings. Family becomes unhappy. So at that age, I was determined that I would have my own money. I will be independent, and I will live independently so I can protect my wife, and I can protect myself from any chaos. So that was also my big dream, living independently and then keeping the good relationship. Sometimes, people you love too much, if you are too close to them all the time, then the rubbing happens, and from that rubbing problem, so I decided that one day I'll live independently, so keep some distance, and then from there I can do my part of duties. I can help the other family members. So that was also my dream. Another one, briefly I need to mention, is I always had a dream that, in my marriage, I have to take the path of compassion. I did not know how. But I knew that I would be happy if I had contributed more than my wife. So you can call it a competition. I always love to compete with good things, not bad things, good things. You are loving, I am loving, but I compete that I should be more loving than you. So that was my aim, that in my marriage, Right from the beginning and with marriage, I will try my best to be more kind, more contributing to make the marriage happy. So that would be probably briefly my dream about marriage.